Now that you've already successfully pumped up your cuff and you're ready to do your BFR training, I'm going to go through the 5 exercises that we're going to do as part of your prehab or pre-op protocol before going into surgery. So I've pumped up my cuff. It's a size 4 cuff, which we measured earlier. I pumped it up to 130 millimeters of mercury, which is my training volume that I was told to pump it to. Now that I'm ready to go, the first exercise we're going to do are called quad sets. You're going to notice that my ankles are on top of a foam roller. This is just so with gravity, my knee is able to relax. If you're sensitive to this, you can easily just keep it on the ground like this. That's totally fine. But what we're doing with this is we're trying to get the knee straight while we're exercising at the same time. So once I'm here, we're going to do what's called a BFR set. A BFR set, it consists of actually 4 different intersets. So it gets a little confusing. What it sounds like is 30, 15, 15, 15, or failure. So that means I'm going to do 30 squeezes, and then I'm going to relax for 30 seconds. Then I'm going to do 15 squeezes, then relax for 30 seconds. Another 15 squeezes, then relax for 30 seconds. And the final one, I'm going to try to do 15 squeezes if I can, or if say that's really easy, I'm just going to keep squeezing until I can't squeeze anymore, or if 2 minutes goes up. So what that looks like is it's all pumped up. The first thing I'm going to try to do is tighten up my quad muscle, which is the thigh on top. I'm going to hold it for 2 seconds and then relax. Hold it for 2 seconds and relax. And you can think of trying to push your knee down. So I'm trying to drive my knees down, and I'm going to do 30 of these, then rest for 30 seconds. Then I'm going to do 15 of them, rest for 30 seconds. 15 of them, rest for 30 seconds. And the last set, this is when it should feel really, really hard. I'm going to try to do 15. Say I don't get to 15, that's totally fine. But say I get to 15 and I can keep going, I'm going to keep going until I reach the point that I can't do any more or 2 minutes goes up. That's exercise number 1. Exercise number 2 is very similar. You're going to be lying on your back like this. After each exercise, what's really important is that you do want to deflate. So I'm going to let all the air out, and I'm going to let myself have free flow or blood go back to my leg for an entire minute. That's very, very important. We can't exercise the entire time with it on. That would be extremely hard to do, not the safest. So I'm going to let myself relax for a minute. For sake of this video, we're going to say a minute went on. And then again, you're going to pump it back up to your target number. So for me, that's 130. And I'm kind of speeding this process up. Go for a couple squeezes, move it back and forth, repump up to my number. Once I'm there, I'm going to detach. The second exercise we're going to do are called straight leg raises. It's the same exact rep scheme as before. You're going to do 30 of them, and then 15 of them, and then 15 of them, and then either going to failure or 2 minutes, all with the 30-second break. So it's the same squeeze that we did in the first exercise. I'm going to keep my leg squeezed the whole time, and then I'm going to try to lift my leg up, and then I'm going to put it down, and then I'm going to relax. So I'm going to squeeze, try to straighten my leg. Notice I'm pointing my toes up. I'm going to try to go here and relax. I'm going to try to keep my knee as straight as possible. That's really the goal of this exercise, is to keep squeezing the thigh. You're going to try to do as many of these as you can. They're really, really hard with the BFR cuff on. Again, the goal is that we reach a failure point. Once you make it through the 30, 15, 15, and then failure at the end, you're going to put it in, let yourself have a minute of free flow. Again, the minute's really important. So now, for the sake of the video, the minute's gone up. I'm going to repump myself back up to my target number, which we said for me was 130. I'm going to go through my squeezes, my range, pump it back up to the number, and then I'm going to detach. The third exercise, or kicking exercise, they're called long arc quads. You're going to start without an ankle weight just to get used to it. You're just going to kick, squeeze, and relax. Kick, squeeze, and relax. And again, the goal is that we're trying to do 30 reps, then 15, then 15, and then failure at 2 minutes. With something like this without any weight on my ankle, I'm probably going to get through the 30, 15, 15, and failure, and that's totally fine. I'll probably reach 2 minutes, and I will still have more left in the tank. So what that means is then we have to start adding ankle weights to the ankle to make it harder. The goal of BFR should be by that last set, we're reaching failure. So if you feel you're going and it's all 2 minutes and it went through on the last one, that means we can add some weight for the next one. So I'm going to go through 30, 15, 15, failure. Again, always deflate between exercises. Give yourself a minute. Let myself deflate. Say a minute went by. Now I'm going to repump it back up. Later on in your BFR sessions, when they tell you to, you're going to start adding in squats as a fourth exercise. So the squats, you're gonna pump it up all the same in a relaxed position. Everything is exactly the same. For the squats, they're just mini squats. You're gonna stand. If you want something behind you like a chair, that's totally fine. And it's just a mini squat, 2 seconds down, 2 seconds up. So 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 1 1,000, 2 1,000. And again, same exact rep scheme as before. 30, 15, 15. In the last set, you just go to failure or 2 minutes. Again, then you're going to deflate yourself, let yourself have a minute of free flow. And then the last exercise, when you are told to do it, is biking. Biking you will probably do with 2 cuffs. You're going to do the same thing that you did with the right one, but you're going to have a left one as well. You're going to do the exact same thing, pump both of them up to the number that you're told to. So once they're pumped, say we're doing biking. Again, I'm not on a bike right now, but when you are on a bike at home or in the gym, pretend you're on a bike, and your goal is to bike for the prescribed amount of time at the percentage of the heart rate that they tell you to bike at. So the intensity will be determined by the researchers. These are your 5 exercises to do pre-op. Again, BFR is hard and challenging. That's the goal of it. Totally normal if your leg feels heavy, your legs feels tired, and it just feels really, really tough because that is the goal.